Start recording and presenting. A screen share. I show my screen. Oh, great. Okay. Today we will be discussing about JavaScript objects. Okay. It's
Okay.
like yeah. Thank you. It's like same in other programming languages as well. Where if we say JavaScript, okay, if we say about objects, then what exactly objects is all about? I mean, if we take like object oriented programming, where we have class and objects, class is nothing but a blueprint. I mean, and it's like a blueprint or a yeah, it's a blueprint, and objects are the ones, I mean, the physical ones which are created from the class blueprint. From one class blueprint, we can create multiple objects like a physical devices. Like I can say, if we are creating an house, okay, if we are building an house, okay, then first we go to a civil engineer where he draws a map and the structure of the house, right? So with that is called a class, okay? And using that one class, using that one structure or plan, we can create multiple houses, right? We can create n number of houses. Then and so that map is not physical one, but the houses which we are creating, that is a physical one. So these houses or called as objects or called as objects. V- and this is for object oriented programming languages. JavaScript also turned into object oriented programming in the year 2015. Before that it was mostly dependent on objects only. I mean, there was no classes concept in JavaScript at all. But still, when it comes to objects, let's see how exactly the objects are defined in JavaScript. Okay. Before that, we we remember that when we were testing APIs, when we are testing APIs manually, we used JSON. We used JSON format in order to send the data, in order to send data to an APIs, right? Like in post request or put or patch request, we used to send data. So if I copy this JSON request, okay, and paste it here and give some space, okay. Now what I'll do, I'll copy the JavaScript object, okay. Let me copy one of the JavaScript object, okay. With this and paste in here. So both look very similar. Okay, let me write this. Okay, this is JSON, which is nothing but uh, which is nothing but JavaScript object notation. We will come to this. We will discuss about this, like what exactly JSON is all about. This is JavaScript object only. So there are similarities. I mean, both have curly braces, start with curly braces and end with curly braces, and both have key and value pairs, and both have this comma separator. I mean, it separates with a comma. But but in JSON, we need to put the key. This is a key and this is a value. We need to put the key as well in double quotes. Okay, we cannot place them in single quotes or brackets. We always need to place them in double quotes. But in JavaScript, the key need not to be placed in double quotes or single quotes. But there is one place where we need to place that in single quotes or double quotes. That is when we use a special symbol. I mean, if we are using a special character, if we are using a special character between two words or two letters, then that is where we need to use single or double quotes. That is all one place. That is the only place where we need to use the single or double quotes when we are declaring a key. When we are declaring a key in JavaScript object, or else it is not at all required. It is not at all required to put them in single or double quotes. Okay, but there are a lot of similarities between JSON and JavaScript object. Okay, now this is the first thing. This is the first thing. Now we will see a JavaScript object. Okay, how do we create a JavaScript object? Let me close this first. Now, earlier, I mean, as I said, let me copy this part and paste it here. Okay. Okay. Earlier, I mean, before the classes and I mean, this object-oriented programming concepts came into picture in JavaScript, we were mostly working on objects. I mean, if we understand objects, we understand JavaScript. So that was a concept. That was a concept. I mean, it was all objects only. When we used to work on JavaScript, it was all objects. And how do we define an object? How do we create an object? The syntax of an object is it's curly brace and starting, I mean, in this way we can create an object in this way: open curly brace and ending curly brace. In between this we provide the complete information. I mean, we provide key and value pairs so that we can create an JavaScript object. Okay, now then once we have all the details, we place that in a variable. We place that in a variable. I mean, you can name the variable anything that you want. Yeah, that is completely up to you. You can name it anything that you want, and you can keep it as let, or you can keep it as const. Okay, that is the data type that you want to use for object. That is also up to you. Okay, now what is a type of object? Okay, now we know for number the type of if we use number, what is a type of number? Let's say if it is a whole number or a decimal number, the type of is number. If we use string, the type of is string. If we use true or false, then the type of is boolean.
Boolean.
Yeah,
Boolean.
correct. So now what, and also for arrays, what is a type of array? I mean, what is a array type of? Mm, array type of is also object. Okay, now we will see what is a type of this object. Okay, let's run this and see. Okay, see, now the object type is also object. When you check what is a type of object, then we see it is an object. Same for arrays as well. When you see what is a type, when you check what is a type of array, then you will get a output as object. So arrays are also part of objects. It is also a part of objects. Okay, and how do you create an object? Just open curly brace and ending curly brace. Here, if I try to print this object, okay, let me try to print this object. Let's see what will be the output. It is an empty object. Let's see what will be the output of it. Okay, console.log. Okay, obj. And I have named this object as obj. Okay, so that is the reason I'm using variable name to see what is present in the object. Okay, see, nothing. It's an empty object. It printed empty. Okay. This is how you create an object. I mean, open curly brace and closing curly brace. And then you give a variable name and place it under let or const. And if you want to check the type of object, then you can use this type of operator and give the variable name of the object. Then you can see the output is object. Any questions or any doubts still here? Now let me, objects are very important, are very important to understand. And now coming to, let's see how we can place data in objects. Okay, how we can place data in objects. Okay, this is how we can do. Let me copy this, paste it. Okay, So JavaScript object literal, like we have string literals, uh, Boolean literals, and so in the same way, object is also called as object literal. JavaScript object literal, and object literal. When you're creating an object in JavaScript, it has to be key and in value paste. Okay, you cannot have only the key and only the value. It will throw an error when you're creating an object. It will throw an error if you don't have key value paste. You cannot like just say, if I, okay, let me give comma, and let's say test, and then for value you give, okay, if you give in this way, okay, where there is only, I need to place comma, and then this is only key and this is only value which I have created. Now when I try to print this, let's say now I'll print this sol.log my d d. Okay, let me run this. See, it is throwing an error at the first step only, where we have given a only the key information and not the value information. So it is saying that we need to provide a value. We need to provide a value. Okay, and here if I comment this, now if I run this, see, it is saying I, I cannot find the key here. I can find the value, but the key is missing. So that is the reason it is throwing an error. So whenever you're creating a whenever you're creating an object for JavaScript, always give them in key value pairs. Key value. So like this name Ashish, course JavaScript, and make sure, okay, make sure this the key might need not to be in single or double quotes, but the value if it is a string value, then always place them in double quotes or single quotes, or in, you can also place in this way, in a back. Why exactly can we place them in backticks or single or double quotes? Because in JavaScript, string can be created in three ways: one in double quotes, single quotes, and using backticks, but not in other programming languages, but only in JavaScript you have that option. Okay, so now coming where exactly you need to use a single or double quotes for the key is when you use, I mean, when you use a hyphen or a special character, especially for emails. When we are writing emails, we use in this way, e hyphen mail. Okay, this is how we define an email. When we write email, this is how we define an email. So when you're using a special character, I mean, when you're separating two words or two letters in the key, when creating an JavaScript object, then please use single or double quotes. If you don't use them, let's see, now sorry, I should remove this single if I don't use them. Now see what happens. See, it is giving an error. It is unable to understand like what exactly that you're trying to define here. The key, is it e is the key or mail is the key? And also it is thinking that when we are using this hyphen, it is thinking it is an arithmetic expression, like it need to subtract mail from e. Okay, it needs to that is what JavaScript is thinking. When you are using hyphen, it is converting it into arithmetic operation like a subtraction, and it is trying to subtract e from mail or mail from e. Okay, so that is where it is getting confused. That is the reason it is throwing an error. So if you use double quotes or single quotes, anything is fine. Now it will not throw an error. See, now it will not throw an error. This is how you create a JavaScript object. Any doubts here? Because we need to understand how we can create a JavaScript object. What I did here is, I used, let me go ahead and do it again. Mm, 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 mm. Okay. Now let me say, first, in order to create an object, what I'll do, I'll use two curly braces. Then I'll inside the curly braces, I'll hit enter. Here, first I need to give a key. Okay. Let's say I'll give a key. Then I need to give a value. Let's see if it is a string. Then I'll say, and then place comma. If I want to create given second key value pair, then I say comma. Then I give another key, test2, then colon. Then if I just want to give the integer value, then I'll not use double quotes. I'll just in this way. Then if I want to give another value, okay, here I want to give only boolean values. So for boolean as well, you need not to place them into single or double quotes. Then another thing is test4. And what else we have? String is done, integer is done, boolean is done. What all other data types do we have in JavaScript? What other data types that we have in JavaScript? Null. Okay. Null also we need not to provide anything. I mean, no single or double quotes. Okay. Then the other one which we have is undefined, right? So these are the ones. Now, when I have created my object, when I have created my object, now see, I have given undefined in object. I have given undefined. Now, once I created an object, now if I want to access this object data, I need to place it under some container, right? I need to place it under container. So for that, what I'll do, I'll say let test data equal to this one. So I'm placing this complete object into one variable so that I can use that variable name in order to play around or in order to access the object data, in order to accept the object data. So string is done, number, boolean, null, undefined. I think this is all we have. Now let me try to print it. Okay. Okay, what do you think that we will get? We'll get the object completely, or we will get any error as we are using null and undefined in the object?
Error.
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 Okay, okay, let's see. Let me go ahead and comment this. No, we didn't get it. Okay, so we will not get any error. It will be undefined. Undefined means there is no value given, nothing has been shared. It's yet to be defined, yet to be defined.
But
So,
as if
uh,
it's
yeah,
not uh, means value not actually
yes.
value not defined in the double code also. How could it will be run? That's my question.
Okay, now see, is undefined a string?
No.
Undefined? No, no, right?
No.
So, yeah, so that is the reason we need not to provide it under the string, under double quotes. Undefined
Okay,
is
understood.
undefined. Yeah, undefined is one of the JavaScript data type.
Data type, huh?
Yeah,
Yes.
so that is the reason. I mean, it doesn't throw an error. It just says, okay, this is how you get it. And now, tell me one more thing. Test rest. Um, let's see, SQL. Okay, now tell me, will I get an error or will it give me an object?
Error it will be get because play is not JavaScript.
No error. I think no error.
Okay, no error. And play is, sorry, play is not.
Place is string.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Let's see. Why it is giving an error?
It's not a JavaScript type thing.
Which
That's
one?
good.
Which one?
Play.
Play is not JavaScript type. Play is JavaScript type. I mean, it is a string. It is a string. I placed it under
But
double
as
quotes.
at the end, we are not right that we need to give that stop means dot.
No, not required. I
टेस्ट
haven't given.
हाइपन रेस्ट जो है आई थिंक
Yes, yes. This needs to
हाइपन
go.
इज नॉट
This should go under the single or double quotes. And place a string. I mean, place is the okay. I can type something else also. This is a JavaScript. Uh, okay, and type this too. Okay, this was the error. Here it was the error because it when we haven't provided a single or double quotes, what it did is it was trying to subtract rest from test. So as it was not as it was not successful, that is the reason it was providing unexpected token hyphen or minus. So by this we get to know that here is an error, so we need to fix this. Now when I run it, it's successful. Got it?
यस
Yeah. So at times, when you read the errors, you will get to know like where exactly you are going wrong. See, it clearly said unexpected token hyphen. I mean, yeah, at times we do, we do miss, or we. It's really hard to understand like where exactly and how, I mean, what exactly the error is stating. But when at times it will show like where exactly we need to fix in our code. Okay, so here if I give single and again, so this is how a JavaScript object is created. Okay, JavaScript object is created. This is creation. Okay, this is creation, and this is the if you want to access the complete object, this is access object data, then you can access. Is it clear till here? If yes, then let's move ahead. Let me. Okay. Now, how can we add? How
As
can we?
Assis,
Yes.
there one question is there.
Hmm.
For last line, comma is not required.
No, no, not required. For last line, comma is not required. Only if only. I don't think so. If you can. Huh. For last line, comma is not required. When you're ending your key and value paste, then the last line doesn't need a comma. It's not required. Only before once needs comma. The comma states like, okay, there is there's a next key value pair. There is a
No,
next
no.
key value
Actually,
pair.
for ending purpose, we are using the curly braces only, right?
Sorry,
Nothing
sorry,
else.
sorry.
For ending that
Uh,
array, we are
uh-huh.
using only curly braces, right? Close curly braces, nothing in the end dot, anything, right?
No, no, nothing, nothing. Correct. You're right. You're right.
Okay.
Only to end the object. Okay, this is where the object
Curly
ends.
braces we
That
need,
is
close
why
curly
we
braces,
use
right?
yes, yes, please. Yes.
Okay, now
Yeah.
I'm good.
And here we don't need comma. I mean, it's not required.
No, comma, but I think it's dot for closing purpose. But you told
Ah,
curly
no,
braces
no.
is fine.
Yeah. So, okay. Actually, it is clear. Let's let's manipulate our what do you say our array. Okay, sorry, not array. Let's manipulate our objects, JavaScript objects. Okay. Now, first, if I want to add something into an array, let me run this first. Okay, all good. Now if I want to add something in this object, okay, what I need to do is I just need to say object name. Okay, object name dot, then I need to give the key. If I want to give the key, uh, key, first I need to provide the key. What is the name of the key? Okay, let's say last name, last name equals to, as last name name is in string, right? So we need to provide it in string. Okay, and then give this semicolon. Now, once you have done this, let me print it once again. Okay, let me comment this out. See, it's added. So in order to add, if you want to add something, if you want to add a key and value into into an object, then you need to first take the variable name dot, then give the key, whatever key, I mean whatever key you want to name it as, you can give it a name, and then equals to sign. Then if it is a string, then double quotes. If it is not a string, then yeah, if it is a number, then in this format. If it is a boolean, then in this format, and then end with semicolon, then print your object. It will add to the last. Okay, it will add to the last. The key and value will be added to the last. Now, if you want to update some value, let's say if you want to update some value in the object itself, which is already present, the key value is already present, and you want to update, okay, then for that you access the same details dot, I want to update the course. Okay, then I say the course equals to,
Double quote
yes,
name, then semicolon.
yes, perfect. Then I print it again, comment this. See, it updated. Okay, this is how you do it. Now, if you want to delete something, if you want to delete some data from the object itself, let's see how we can do it. Pretty sure it is delete. I'm pretty sure. Let me have a check. Right, it is delete actually. Yeah, it's delete. Yeah, we use a delete keyword here. That is the only difference. Okay, I wanted to tell this. Okay. Okay, this will cover. We'll cover that. Okay, let me. However, I started this right. Okay, so the only thing which we need to do here is we need to add delete keyword. We need to add delete keyword before accessing the key, before accessing only the key, and we should not provide the value. Only the key we need to provide here, and then we need to provide delete keyword space, then variable name dot, then the key name, that is, and then semicolon, end the statement, then print it. See, last name will be deleted. Last name is deleted. Okay, so these are the three major, I mean major, what they say, major methods, not methods, I can say major properties, I can say major properties which we can use in order to play with the JavaScript object. First, in order to add, we just need to say variable name dot, then give the key name, anything that you want, equals to sign, then the value. Okay, now, okay, my question here is, if I want to add um, if I want to add a number, okay, if I want to, let's say, number of planets, if I want to add number of planets in my object, how can I do that? Okay, my variable is object variable is my details.
Minus dot
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
uh,
Details dot number of
number
planet.
of
Yeah, yeah,
planet
yeah, that's fine. Okay, and then
equals to double code number. How many number you want?
sorry, double quotes number.
No, no, no. Sorry, only number. Then
Yeah,
semicolon. Sorry,
yeah,
sorry.
it's okay. So now when you print
Uh,
this,
then printing statement.
yeah, then it will see it added. Okay, I think I'm okay. I'm printing this too. It added number of planets 8. Now if I want to update this 8 to 9, how can I do that?
My details.
Hmm. Hmm.
First update.
Yes.
Update space my details dot.
Update. Where did update keyword came into picture? I never discussed about update keyword.
My details dot number of planets
Hmm. Hmm.
equals to
Hmm.
7, then
Hmm.
semicolon,
Yes. Yes.
then
So
print it.
all, yeah, only for delete we use a delete keyword.
Delete
There is
keyword.
there is no
Okay,
update
okay.
keyword.
Yes, yes. Sorry.
Okay. Now if I want to delete this number of planets, so how can
Then
I write it?
delete,
Delete
Delete
space.
then
Yeah, delete
space
space.
my
Yeah,
details.
my
my
details,
details dot number of
number
planets,
of planets.
then semicolon.
Yeah, and then print it.
Print it statement. Yes.
Yeah, just give me a minute. I'll be right. Just give me a minute.
Yes.
So only for delete we use delete keyword. For add and update we don't use any keywords. Okay. So is it clear till here?
Is
Yes.
Great. Great. Let me clear this. Now, okay, there are two ways to access. If I want to access some data, let's say if I want to access only course or is empty or age or name or only email data from the object itself, there are two ways. Okay, let me read them. Just okay. So first approach is dot notation, which we have used. I mean dot notation by using my details dot age, as age is a key. Okay, dot age we can access. This is the first way. And if we want to access multiple data from an object, we can use comma. We can use commas as a separator. Then we can say my details dot course, my details dot name. Okay, now this is fine. Let me access this and print it. Okay, we got 99 and then JavaScript and Ashish. Okay, so age is 99 and my details dot course is JavaScript and my details dot name is Ashish.
Name equals.
Okay,
Yes.
this is fine. Okay, so when we don't have a single or double quotes in the key, this is how we can use. Now let me try to use the same for email. Let me do the same for email. Okay, console.log my details dot
my details dot email.
dot hyphen email. Now, what do you think? Will it throw an error or will it give a value?
Keep me value.
See,
Error.
Email
yes,
error.
it will throw an error. See, mail is not defined. What it is thinking is, what JavaScript thought is my details dot e. There is a key named as e, but after e, as we used hyphen or minus symbol, it, it was unable to read this part. It was unable to read this part. That is the reason it says mail is not defined. So only for this, only when you're using special characters in your keys and placing them in double or single quotes, okay, in this way, only for this, especially for this, what you need to do is, in order to access the data for this key, you need to place them into square brackets in a bracket notation, especially for this. If you don't have this hyphen thing, then you can use dot. That is completely fine. You can access each and every data from object. But if you have hyphen, then use the bracket notation. Don't use the dot notation. My details space, sorry, my details, square brackets, in square brackets, provide this complete string with the double quotes. Provide this complete string with double quotes. If you don't give double quotes here, that will also throw an error. It will also throw an error. So in brackets as well, you need to provide double quotes. Okay. Now when you run it, it will give you an answer. So how you write it? Let's say alternate, alternate, uh, hmm, test check, check dot get at example. Okay. Do I need to place comma here? Do I need to
No,
place?
for
No.
alternate email you need
No.
to do, right?
Yes. Yes. Here I need to give it in single quotes or double quotes.
Single.
Now,
Yeah, anything is fine.
yeah. Now, how can I access alternate email data?
Console.log
Hmm.
Console.log.
bracket start my details,
Control
then
Alt, my details. Huh.
square bracket start,
Square bracket step.
double quote or
Double quote.
alternate email,
Alternate image.
Perfect.
then close with semicolon.
Yeah. Perfect. Now, when you run it, you get this. Okay. These are the two approaches. It's mostly we will be using dot notation only because this is very rare. I mean, writing the key in this way is very rare. Okay, you'll find very. But when you see in this way, then don't use dot notation. It will not work. It will throw an error. Use bracket notation along with. I mean, use a copy the same thing. Copy the same key and paste it here. That is also fine. Okay, under inside the brackets, copy the same key and paste it, and then it will work. Okay, great. So till here it is all good. Now coming to the next part. Hmm, update is done, add is done, delete is done. Okay, now as we remember, right, like we were able to write arrays inside arrays. I mean, we were able to write, there are nested arrays. We discussed about nested arrays and how to access them. We did discuss about it, right? Like we can write uh, an array inside an array. In the same way, we can write an object. We can write an object inside an object. Okay, that is called nested object. Okay, now let me copy this part and paste in here. Okay, why exactly I'm explaining this, because why exactly I'm explaining this because when you're getting an output, okay, when you're getting an output, running a running a REST API request, running this API request like in this way, you will find similar, you will find the same way. I mean, this is just a, what they say, in here this is only one one output, okay, one output. But uh, when you work on real projects, there you will find objects inside objects, objects inside arrays, arrays inside objects. In that combination, you will find in that combination. So that is why we are trying to learn this. I mean, how to access data and how exactly they look, and how we can achieve what exactly we want to achieve when we are trying to access the data from nested object or a nested arrays. Okay. Oh, 1 minute. As we have seen nested arrays, in the same way we will see nested objects as well. Okay, so this is how nested object is. See, this is a start, this is a parent curly brace, and this is a parent ending curly brace, and we have created another object inside object where this is a child
Child,
curly brace, and this is a child ending
child,
curly
and
brace. Okay, so in this way we can create a nested object as well. We can create a nested object. Now how can we access nested objects in the same dot notation. Okay, in the same dot notation we can access it, but we need to go again, we need to go from parent to child to the key. We need to go from parent to the child and to the key. Okay, here you need not to provide this let keyword. Okay, it is not required because it is already provided outside, so it will be defined for complete object. It will be defined for complete objects. It will, this here you need not provide let or const, that is not required. Only give the variable name and then create an object. Okay, that is all. Now, so this is a nested object. So inside an object I have created another object. Now how can I access it? Let's say I want to access this key value, I want to access it. So how can I do that? First, same my details. Okay, my details one dot, this is a parent, then this is a child name,
Right.
dot ajm. I mean, if I try to access this js, it's js. Okay, and let me come in this all. See, I got the result. So this is how you can access it. You can access the data in the child. You can access the data in the child. Now, I have one question here. Let's say alternate. Okay, alternate hyphen email. I'll put it in single quote and give a comma here. Okay, and then I say uh, check, check dot uh, tag at example. Okay. Now, please let me know how can I access this alternate email? How can I access this alternate email value?
Console.log.
Hmm.
Console.log.
Hmm. Okay.
My details one.
My details
My
one
details one. Yeah.
Dot
One
courses.
dot courses. Hmm. Hmm.
dot square bracket start
Square bracket.
Yeah.
double quote alternative
Double
ML
quote. Alternate email.
and close with that semicolon.
Yeah. Okay. There's some. Okay. Okay. My bad. My bad. I wrote it. My details. Got it. Got it.
Yes.
Yes.
Now. Now let's say I want to. I'll create an another object. Hmm. I'll create an another object in this. Give some space. Test. I'll name it as test, and then op- open close curly braces. Then here test one colon. I'll give some numbers. Okay, one. Then test two, three. Then test three, seven. Okay. Now if I want to access this test two data. How can I access it?
Console.log.
Hmm.
My details one.
Mm, okay.
Courses. Dot courses.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Dot alternate.
Dot.
Square bracket.
Okay.
No, no. My details dot test.
My details dot test. Okay. My details dot test
No,
or
dot courses
hmm.
No. Dot courses.
dot test two.
Yes.
Dot test.
Yes.
Dot
Dot.
Test
test.
two.
Dot test two.
No, no,
Correct.
Semicolon.
then close with semicolon.
Yes. Why exactly we? Okay. There's something wrong. Test. What did I do? Test. This is correct. Hmm. Unexpected identifier test. What did I
अल्टरनेट
do?
ईमेल के बाद जो डॉट कॉम उसके
Okay.
बाद से
Okay.
कॉमा.
Yeah. 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 Sorry. Sorry. My bad. My bad. Hmm. My
My
oh,
details
spelling,
one
spelling,
is
spelling,
not
spelling,
defined.
spelling, spelling.
Is
Yeah, my bad. Got it? So
Yes.
why we
yes.
used courses dot test. Why we use courses dot test? Because we created an object inside courses.
Courses. Yes.
So here courses is parent, test is child. If
Child.
yeah,
child.
if we have taken this and remove this comma and created outside of courses, then this courses is not required. Then this courses is not
My
required.
details dot test dot test.
Yes, in this way you can access. Oh, again I did something. Okay, comma, comma, comma,
Unexpected
comma.
comma.
Okay. So this is how you can access it. So you need to check where exactly the child is located. Is it inside another child or is it outside another child? Okay. In that way, you can go ahead and use dot notation. And if it is in this hyphen, I mean special character use, then you can use in this way square brackets with the same key placed in here. Okay, understood?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, this one thing I want to explain this one. Okay, we don't use this, but just for information. Okay, just for information. If in interviews they ask, then you can let them know. See, here what I did is I used a question mark before dot notation. I used a question mark before dot notation to check if course, okay, the the course object, okay, has AJM as a key or not. Okay, so let me know first. Let me know will and this will output a boolean values true or false. It will just out boolean values true or false. Okay, now let me know what will be the output of this console.log my details one dot course question mark dot AJM. Let's run it and see. Okay, undefined. Why does it
Courses.
say undefined?
AGM is not
I think
defined in
courses
the
question mark.
No, actually there is no
Courses
course.
is
There is, yes, there is no course. It's courses. So that is the reason it stopped here itself. It was unable to find this course object. That is the reason it thrown an output as undefined. Now when we say it is courses, now it will see it gave us the value of AGM. Okay.
okay.
So if in the same way here as well, if I comment this and now I'll take this. Okay. Here as well, we have used courses. AGM we have used. Now it says state. Okay. Under AGM, do we have any state? We don't have any
No.
state key, right? Now it will also say
no.
the same. See, undefined. Because there is nothing. It hasn't found the state at all. Okay. Now we'll see another one. Okay. When I run this, it gave us a value. Why? Because under courses we have git.
It is available.
Git.
So it gives us a value of. So here we are checking first before printing the value. I mean here as we have printed the value. Okay, here directly we have printed the value .js. But here what we are doing
Found
is
out.
it really present or not? We are checking if it is really. So here question mark is a condition. Is this really present? If present, then go ahead and print the output
How
value.
can I? How can we print a alternate email
How
using
can we?
question mark?
Okay, let's see that too. Okay, let me go ahead and copy this. Okay. Oh no, I can go ahead and modify this one. Okay. Here, I
Courses
take this
question mark.
question. Let's see if it runs or not. I
Okay.
never tried actually, to be honest. Let me see.
Then dot is needed, no?
Dot is not required because if we say dot, then it will see.
Unexpected token bracket.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Sorry, dot is required. Okay, my bad, my bad. Yeah, yeah. So dot here there's a little difference. Okay, when you're accessing the email, when you're accessing this alternate email directly, then you don't use dot. Okay, this is how you can go ahead and run it. But if you're checking if this courses has alternate email key or not, then there you need to use question mark along with dot. Okay, this is how you use.
Okay.
Now you can get it. So here the dot is required. Okay, I mean, this is how the syntax is. Here is the only place where if you are using question mark, then you need to use dot notation, or else it's not required. When you don't use question mark, then you don't use dot notation, and you can access the data. Now let me copy this and cut it and paste it here. Now if I want to check, is test4 test4 present in test or not, how can I write it?
Console.log.
Console.log.
Console dot
My
log
That
details
is
one.
that my details one
my details
Courses.
one.
dot
Dot
code
courses.
Okay, it's under courses. Okay,
Dot
courses
test.
dot test
dot test. Huh,
question mark
perfect. Huh,
Question mark.
huh.
dot test 4
Dot test 4.
Okay, now
close
what will be the output of this?
Semicolon M.
Yeah, what will be the output of this?
undefined.
Undefined.
Perfect. Great. Oh, what did I do wrong here? What did I do
Test.
wrong? Test is fine. Unexpected. Oh man, I always forget this.
Comma.
Yeah, yeah, I don't need it. Got it? Undefined.
Yes.
So yeah, usually we do make syntax errors. So yeah, as I did many times, the syntax error, I mean missing this comma. So yeah, please make sure when you do it, just check if the comma is placed at the right place or not. Okay. So this is how you access data from an object. It might be nested object or a, a normal object. Okay, and the only difference is two approaches are dot notation and square brackets. Okay, and only when you're using a question mark, then for square brackets as well, use the dot notation. Use the
Dot.
dot notation. Okay, so this is done. Any questions still here?
No.
No.
Now, okay. Now, if we want to check if the property is really present in the object or not. Okay, for that, what I'll do is I'll take this the same nested object thing. Okay, and okay. Now my question here is why we need to check if this okay, let's run this. Okay, get present in my details or not, get present in my details dot courses or not. Okay, let's see what will be the output of this. Okay, one is false, one is true, right?
True.
Yeah, so under my details there's no git, but under my details one dot courses, under courses we have git. So that is the reason first it gave false and then it gave true boolean values. First it this is false and this is true. Now my another question here is console.log. Um, we give either we can give in double quotes or single quotes, doesn't matter. And let's say age in my
Details one.
DEA. Okay. Now, what will be the output of this?
True.
True.
True. Perfect. Now, same, I'll copy this and paste in
I
here.
can remove single quote
Which one?
in H. We can remove in single code H.
I didn't understand.
What
Sorry.
is
Actually, Assis, Sardar's question is that we define age 24.
Hmm.
If we remove single code, it will be run true or not.
Okay. If we remove, then it will give an error. Actually, let's
Yes.
see. Let's run this. See, because it is unable to
is it
find.
not defined?
It is unable to find. See, to be to be actually on the back end. actually on the back end, when an object is created, when an object, JavaScript object is created, key is already defined as a string. Okay, you take
Okay.
any key, you can name it anything. Okay, you can name it test 345 or anything you can name it. It is always on the back end. I mean, we don't do it. It's already developed by the JavaScript developers. Like the key is always a string. That is the
String
reason when you're checking if the key is present in the object or not, you either give it in double quotes or single quotes. Okay,
or single quote.
yeah, or backticks. Okay, anything is fine. Okay, not double quotes as well. Okay, what? Huh, not double quotes as well. Sorry, yeah, not double quotes as well. Only single quotes. Just give it in single quotes. Then it will. Huh? What did I do wrong here?
My details one.
Ah, sorry. Not here. Then it was double quotes as well. Let me check because I didn't try this. Yeah. So as it
Okay.
is a JavaScript string, and I think then we can also give it in backticks as well. Let me go ahead and give it in backticks. Okay. Yeah. So anything, in any way that JavaScript is defined in string, in those three ways, like single quotes, double quotes, and backticks, you can give, and then you can check if it is present in the object or not. Now, my details dot. Sorry, what was it? Courses, course test. Okay, yeah. Let me comment this and let me uncomment this. Okay. Now, what will be the output of this?
False.
Perfect. Now, nm course. Now, what will be the output of this?
False.
False.
Because courses.
Yes. Okay. Now it will.
To-
Again, I did something wrong. What did I do wrong?
my details one.
Oh man. Sorry. Yeah. Hmm. True. Okay. So this is how the concept is understood, right? Okay. So
Yes.
Yes.
yeah. So now there was one thing which I wanted to discuss. I forgot. Uh, what did I wanted to discuss? Uh, now okay, string is discussed. Okay. Um, yeah. When I recollect it, then I'll discuss it. Let me see if I can. All. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Now, before going to this for loop or this for in loop where we can access all the data in objects, yes, remembered. Okay, why exactly are we doing this? I mean, why exactly are we checking if git is present in my details or not, age is present in my details or not? Can someone explain me in testing world why exactly we do this? Why exactly we do this? I mean, where exactly can we use this? Let's say if you are writing a test case, let's say if you are
Because
writing a
field
test,
is available and not.
yes. So let's say if you are writing a test case, so how you will be writing, right? See, you will be writing expected and actual, or also you will be validating as well. Okay, this is also one kind of validation, right? I mean, git is present in my details one or not. If let's say uh okay, nm dot course, okay, let's say nm dot course, so what will be the output of this?
False.
Yeah, let's say if the output came as true, so what is this? If it came out as true, then what should we do next? We expected false, but the output came
Yes.
as true. What should we do?
We need
If
to raise it
condition,
first.
Yes, we
if
need to
else
raise the.
condition is we can write.
No, not required. Actually, we got the output. We wanted false. We want expected was false, but came it as true. So what we need to do is we need to raise a bug
Yeah.
and give all the information like the request URL. and then uh, the object, and then what all data you have used, and then the screenshot. Okay, everything, environment that you have used,
So,
everything you need to place in the bug. And yes, sorry.
step to reproduce.
Steps to reproduce, perfect. Yeah, steps to reproduce, screenshots, and if you have videos, attach to the videos, and then
Yes.
assign it to a developer. Okay,
Hmm.
so that is all you need to do. No need of if else condition, that is not required. Okay, great. Yeah, so we'll come to this for in loop later. I want to discuss this one. Okay, there's one more way in creating an object, but this is really not required. I mean, really, really not required. No, we will not be creating this objects in this way. Okay, this is how we create an object in another way. Another way. I mean, using the new keyword. Using the new keyword, we can create an object in Java as well. If if we say about Java, uh, let's say how we can create a string variable in this way, right? String str equal to this one. This is a string variable. This is how you create a string variable in Java, right? There's one more way where we can create a string variable. How? In the same str1 one two, it's fine. New string, and here you provide the value. This is also another way. This is also another way where we can create a string variable, but using the new keyword. Using the new keyword. I mean, this is a second approach, but we normally don't use this. We normally don't use this. We always go with in this way. Same way, object also in JavaScript, object creation we tend to do in this way, and we don't tend to do it in this way. I mean, this is this is uh this is not used, rarely used or not used. In our testing, we don't use this. In our testing world, we don't use it. And it is a lengthy process as well. When if you want to add something, then you can say person name dot name equal to just information purpose, where if in interviews asked like what are the ways where you can create an object, then you can say in object literal way, and also by using the new keyword. By using the new keyword you can create objects. Okay, this is the only thing that we need to know, nothing more. Okay, this is not required, creating a new keyword. Okay, now coming to how now in sorry, any questions?
No, no.
Okay, now we have an object where we have array in that object. Okay, let me copy this. Okay, we don't use this. We don't use the creation of object using the new keyword. It's not required. Let me do this. Now here we have key and a value, which is a string. Key, string, key, number, key. This is a string, key, and a string. Now we can also nest an array. We can also nest an array inside an object. And how do we create an array using an in JavaScript? First we say let, and then but as let is already defined. Let is already defined. Yeah, we need not to give let here. Just say give an array name, then colon. This is a key and this is a value.
Yes.
Okay. And there's one more thing in here. One more thing. If you see here, this is a open curly brace and a ending curly brace. So what is this? What is this?
Full name is added here.
Sorry?
Full name is
No, no.
added
Yeah,
here
full
in
name.
It
Full
is
name.
another array. First parent array and second array is
This
there.
is not an array. We are using curly braces, not the square brackets.
Yes, yes.
in a object. Full
Yes,
name.
this is an
Sorry.
object.
Object.
Yeah, inside an array, we have added an
Object.
object. So
Yes.
it is like nested object. In object we have an array, and inside an array we have an object created again. Okay, so this is how I mean, you will be coming across when you work on real projects, you will be coming across many weird structures where you can see object inside object, or and then array inside object. I mean, many combinations. That so this is one of the combination. Inside an object we have an array, and inside an array, inside a parent array, we have an object, child object. Okay, no, so this is how a structure is. Okay, now how can we access this? First, we can access the complete array. Let me comment this all. Okay, let me just access the complete array object. Sorry, complete object. We got the complete object. Okay, and inside we got an array, and inside array we got an object. Okay, so this is a complete array. Now if we want to access social profiles, only the array, if we want to access only the array, then how can we do that? If let's say if we want to access first name in an object, how can we access it?
Console.log person dot first name.
Correct. In the same way, if we want to access array, this is also key value, right?
Yes.
This is a key, this is a value. So in the same way,
Value.
in order to access this in the same way, we access. We do in the same.
Console.log person dot social
Social
profile.
Social.
profiles. Yeah. So it will only provide us the values that are present in an array. Okay. It will also pull
Yes.
the objects
Array.
because it is inside an array, right? So it will pull. Now, if we want to access any value inside an array. Okay, first of all, um, in an array, index starts from
0.
perfect. So,
Zero.
in the same way, if we want to access array values, we have to use indexing here. Okay, so that is what we have done here. Social profiles indexing 2. I mean, I want 0, 1,
You
2.
Output
can
is
get
tweeted.
Second, the second value.
printed.
Got it?
Yes.
So here what we are doing,
Yes.
here we are combining accessing of object and accessing of array values. Both
Yes.
both methods we are combining here. First we are accessing the object key from an object, and from the array we are accessing the value inside it. Okay, now there's one thing now here. Okay, let me comment this. Please let me know why we used dot here, and why haven't we used let's say 0, 1, 2, 3. This is 4. Okay, we got it. 4 will give us the uh, value. 4 will give us object this array
Right.
value. But why did we use dot full name? Why did we use dot full name here?
For values printed.
Value print is as is made.
Correct, correct. So we just want the value. We don't want the key as well. We just want the what is the value of that
Value.
object,
Yes.
value of that object key. So that is the reason we have used dot notation again. We have used dot notation. Now I have, let me check. I have also, me too didn't try this. Okay, let me put the same thing here.
Mm.
Uh, copy this email thing in here. Okay. Now, how can I access this email value? How can I access this email value?
Uh, dot
Okay,
Dot email.
dot
dot.
email.
नहीं bracket start for
Dot square bracket start.
हाँ
Square bracket start.
start double quote.
Double quote or single quote.
Email, right?
Email.
Okay. Me too didn't try it, to be honest. Let me see. Okay.
I think dot
Hmm.
is removed.
Yeah, I we need to remove this dot.
No, no.
Hmm, dot is required.
That's
Next for
not
token
required.
square bracket start.
Hmm, try removing this dot and see what happens.
Yes.
Remove the
Yeah, we should not use, but
okay.
here. So this is how you can access and another key. And if it has a special symbol, then put it in square brackets. So only for question mark. If then here, I think this for this we need. Yeah, if when you are using
How can
question
we
mark
print full name and email?
for this,
Ah,
then
that's
Both.
my
then
question also.
yeah, let's then this is the way. This
No,
is
only value print.
sorry, only
Actually, how can we print only value?
how can we
No
print
key.
only value?
Only value. Full name or email. Mm, that I
We
can.
printed that, right? Only value. Dot shall
No,
we?
Sadha's question is that full name is not required. Your name and email we need to print. Then what is the console.log?
Okay, okay. You want to print only Ashish Naidu and this email address, right?
Yes, only value and email address.
Only.
No name.
Okay. For this, we need to use for in loop. We will be using
Okay.
this for in loop. See, let's say, if I want to cut this, okay, if I cut this, okay, and paste in here. So this is an object, right? This is an object. So we just want
Yes.
this value and this value to be printed, right? So when I use
Yes.
dot notation or bracket notation, it will only print the single value. But if I want to print all the values in an object, then I need to use this for in loop so that it will print all the values. Okay, it will print all the values one by one. We'll come to that. Okay, let me this now. Okay, till here we are all good. Okay, we are good, right? Okay, let me take this. Mm, hyphen. No. Now, okay, we are good till here. I hope you remember this array methods. Okay. Uh, 1 minute. అరే నోరు మూసుకోరా ఇక్కడికి వినిపిస్తుంది నీకేం ప్రాబ్లము బేకార్ మాటలు మాట్లాడు ఓకే now let me this so so this dot push is an array method. If we remember, push is an array method where it will push a value into an array, and pop is a method which is also an array method, which is like deleting a value from an array. Okay, first we will go ahead and run this, come in this. Okay, now here I'm pushing YouTube value inside this array. Okay, let me uh, run this. See, YouTube has been added. Now, if I want to remove, if I want to remove the value from an array, if I want to remove a value from an array, then okay, run, come in this. See, it removed YouTube. Okay. Now, if I use another pop method. Okay, and run this. It removed the second last value as well. So this is a combination. This is, I mean, inside an object as well. Inside an object as well, you can, if there is an array, you can use array methods to what is it, manipulate the data inside an array. Okay, you can manipulate the data inside an array using the push method or pop method. There are other methods as well, right, in arrays. So those all methods you can use in order to manipulate the data inside an array that is present inside an object. Inside an object, let's see if we can remove this one as well, remove this object as well. Okay, let me use another pop, and let's see if it removes the object or not. Okay, run. Okay, it removed the object as well. So when you're using pop, now if I want to go ahead and add it once again, then I need to say this one, push, then I need to give the complete array inside this. Let's see if it pushes or not. Okay, let me run this. Okay, now I need to print it. Print this. Okay, it added once again. So here, when you're adding an object, okay, when you're adding a single value, when you're adding a string, then you need to use single or double quotes. When you're adding a number, let's say if I want to add a number here, number 2 in array, then here, and then run this. Okay, then I need to reprint it again. uh, sorry. Yeah, there you go, 99 has been added. First it added the array, sorry, the object, then it added 99 inside an array. So here we removed and then we re-added. So here what we are doing, we are uh, we are using array methods
Hooks means
yeah,
added.
inside an array, that is inside, present inside an object. Okay, is it clear till here? And you can use any array method you can use to manipulate or play with this data which is present inside an object. That is completely fine, you can play with it. Okay, so this is all about what they say, if an array is present inside an object and there is an object present inside an array. So if you find this kind of data, you can play with around with this. Okay, great. Now let me remove this all, and now the last part is for in loop. Okay, where, with how we can go ahead and access all the values, keys and values present in an object. Okay, let me copy this first in here. Now first let me comment this. Okay, now only if I want to access only keys present in an object, key names present in an object, what I'll do is I'll use for in loop, where for in this way. Let me write the syntax. For open close parenthesis, then open close curly braces. In parenthesis, what I'll do is I'll use a temporary variable. I'll use a temporary variable. I can name it anything. Okay, temporary variable with, as it is a for in loop, I'll use in keyword and then provide my array sorry, the object object name. Okay, object variable name I'll provide in here, and then in here what I'll do is I'll use console.log, then I'll print the temporary variable. I'll use the parameter as temp, the variable name which I have provided, the temporary variable name that I have provided, that I will place in here. Okay, and I'll give a semicolon. So this will print only the keys. I mean, first name, last name, age, social profiles, date of birth. Only the key names it will print. Okay, let me run this and show it to you. Okay, there's something wrong. Let What did I do wrong? My details. Oh, sorry, this is person, right? Person. See, it only printed the keys. It only printed the keys, not the values data. Okay. Now, Shweta, coming to your question, the answer for that is we use the same for in loop. Okay, we use the same for in loop, and the syntax is also same. The syntax is almost the same. Okay, almost the same. We use the same temporary variable, and then in keyword for, in parenthesis we use the in keyword with the object name, variable name. In here, when we are printing, when we want only the values, then in console.log we go ahead and give the object name with square brackets. Inside the square brackets we give the temporary variable value, temporary variable value. Okay. So what we did, first we used for, then we named temporary variable anything that we want, then in keyword, then the object name, object variable name, then in console.log, first we used object variable name, in brackets, in bracket notation, we have placed this temp variable name, temp variable name. Now it will print all the values present in the array. See, it printed everything that is present in an array. These are the values. These are not keys. These are the values. See, John Doe 30 and the array and then date of birth. Then, so same thing. If I want to do it for another, mm, let me come in this. Let me create another array. Let test equal to, okay, test 1 9, test 2, test 3, uh, test, test then test 4 2, and then okay, test 5 null. Okay. Now please tell me, how can I write the syntax only to access the values in this test object? How can I write the syntax? How can I write the for in loop? I want only the values, not the keys, only the values. How can I write it?
For
For
square bracket start.
hmm, yeah,
Sorry.
uh, then
Let
uh, let
only value.
only the values, only the values. We use a temporary variable, anything, we can say anything. Let's say check as well. Temporary variable can be named anything. Then
Check in test.
yes, test, then flower brackets,
Then
yeah,
square
in here,
bracket is curly bracket start. Console dot log.
hmm,
Test square square bracket start.
test square bracket,
Check.
right,
And then yes.
right. Now if we
Yes.
run this, we got the values.
Yes.
So this is how you can access it. This is how you can access it. So this was your question, right? Or how can we access it if it is inside this array? Hello?
Yes.
Was your question this one, or how can we access all the values that are present in an array?
In for loop.
Mm, uh-huh. See, if it is only an object, if it is only an object, we can we can access all the values in this way. Now, if an object is present inside an array, how can we access the values, only the values of an object that is present in an array? That was your question, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's try this. Let's see if we can access it or not. I'm not sure if we can access it only the values, because that is present under an array. So if it is present in an array, I don't think so we can, uh, because this doesn't have a a variable. This doesn't have a variable name. This is a, in here we have a variable name. I mean, we used object name as person. So here we used same person here, but this object doesn't have any variable name. Okay, it is anonymous object. I mean, there is no name for it. So I'm pretty not sure that if we can access it not. I'll come back with an answer if we can access all the values in an array uh, that is present in an of an object that is present in an array, which is an anonymous object, which doesn't have a, I mean, variable. The variable name is not present for that object. So if we want to access, then I'll come back with an answer tomorrow. Okay, let's see if we can
Yes.
access it
Okay.
or not. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Is it clear till here? Is it clear till here?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So that is the only question, right? Because this is an anonymous object. I don't think so. Yeah, still I'll have a check and I'll come back. Okay. So that is all for today. Um, and we'll meet tomorrow. And thank you everyone for your valuable time.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Justice. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Asis.
Thank you. Bye.